You think you saw everything from Kim Soo Hyun's explosive press conference? Think again. Behind the tears, the apologies, and the carefully chosen words, there were hidden details, disturbing signs that most people completely missed. From his body language to the shocking gaps in his story, this wasn't just a press conference, it was a performance. And today we're breaking it all down. Stick around till the end because what he didn't say will leave you speechless. Kim Soo Hyun finally broke his silence after weeks of being at the center of a scandal that shook Korea. His press conference was supposed to clear the air, but instead it left more questions than answers. The moment he stepped into the room, you could feel the tension. Dressed in a dark suit, his face was tired, his eyes swollen. This wasn't the confident actor we're used to seeing. This was a man under immense pressure. The room was packed with reporters, but unlike usual events, there was no chatter, no flashes of cameras going wild. Just silence. Suspicious stares. An atmosphere so heavy you could cut it with a knife. The moment he took the mic, he didn't waste time. He started with an apology, but not the kind people expected. First of all, I want to apologize. Many people are suffering because of me, and it breaks my heart to know that the deceased cannot rest in peace. Right away, his words set the tone. He was apologizing, but not for anything specific. Not for his actions, not for his role in the scandal, just for the pain caused. And that's where the first red flag appeared. Why apologize so vaguely? Was he trying to sound remorseful without actually admitting fault? Then came the way he referred to Kim Soo Hyun, not by her name but as the deceased. Some saw it as respect. Others saw it as emotional detachment, like he was deliberately keeping his distance. And that wasn't the only thing that felt off. When he finally addressed the biggest question, did they date? His answer was careful. Too careful. I did not date the deceased when she was underage. Our relationship was like any other. We met, had feelings for each other, and over time we broke up. He made sure to clarify that nothing illegal happened, but he left out everything else. No dates. No timeline. No details about how long it lasted or how serious it was. Just a broad statement that left room for doubt. And the way he called it like any other relationship? That felt cold. Almost like he was downplaying everything. But the most telling part? His reason for hiding the relationship in the first place. I was always focused on protecting what I had built. I was afraid of losing something, of being harmed. And because of that, I spent too much time running and denying things. In other words, he kept quiet to protect his career, his image, his contracts. And while that might sound understandable for a celebrity, it also raises a bigger question. If he was so afraid of the truth coming out, what was he really hiding? Then came the tears. Midway through, his voice cracked. His eyes filled up. He wiped them away, trying to stay composed. But here's the problem. Kim Soo Hyun is one of Korea's best actors. A man who's made millions cry with his emotional performances. So when the tears fell, the internet split. Some believed his pain was real. Others called it an Oscar-worthy performance. Timing was too perfect. The emotions too controlled. And when you compare it to his dramatic roles, it's hard not to wonder, was this genuine remorse or a calculated move to win sympathy? But just when people thought the conference was wrapping up, he switched gears. Suddenly, the emotional, apologetic tone turned firm. Aggressive, even. I will take strong legal action against malicious rumors, defamatory posts, fake news, and destructive comments. This was a warning. A threat. After playing the victim, he was now going on the offensive. And that shift? That wasn't an accident. It was strategy. Show vulnerability to gain sympathy, then show strength to scare off critics. But here's what he still didn't do. He never talked about Kim Soo Hyun's pain. Not really. He never explained how their relationship affected her, never showed true empathy, just vague apologies and legal threats. So what was the point of this press conference? To clear the air? Or to control the narrative? Because between the tears, the careful words, and the sudden aggression, one thing is clear: Kim Soo Hyun wasn't just speaking from the heart. He was fighting for his career. And Korea noticed. News outlets covered every second, but the reactions were mixed. Some called it honest. Others called it a performance. But one thing's for sure: this scandal isn't over. Because if there's one thing this press conference proved, it's that we still don't have the full story. And until we do, the whispers, the doubts, the speculation, they're only going to grow. So what do you think? Was this a genuine apology or a well-rehearsed act? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to watch till the very end for one final disturbing detail you definitely missed.